Today, I stand before you in the spirit of camaraderie and understanding, as we embark on an hour-long journey to explore a theme that resonates deeply in our fast-paced and often chaotic lives. To handle stress, let God take over. In the midst of the constant hustle and bustle, the relentless demands, and the weight of responsibilities, we gather here to rediscover the art of releasing our burdens, finding tranquility, and allowing a higher power to guide us through the storms of stress. Understanding stress. Stress, the modern-day companion that we've all encountered at some point. It can feel like a relentless storm that rattles our peace and clouds our clarity. From work pressures to personal obligations, stress can appear in various guises, threatening to rob us of our tranquility. But what if I told you that there's a way to face stress that doesn't involve shouldering the weight alone? Picture stress as a turbulent sea, its waves crashing upon the shores of our lives. Just as a lighthouse guides ships safely through stormy waters, so too can our faith serve as a beacon of light amid life's tempests. By allowing God to take over, we transform stress from an overwhelming force into an opportunity to surrender, to seek solace, and to trust that a higher power is at work. Surrendering control. In a world that glorifies control and self-reliance, surrender can seem counterintuitive. But here lies a paradox. Sometimes true strength emerges from letting go. Surrendering control doesn't equate to weakness. Rather, it's a courageous act that acknowledges our limitations and opens the door for divine intervention. It's an invitation to invite God into our struggles, to trust that His wisdom surpasses our understanding. Consider a tightrope walker navigating a thin line suspended high above the ground. The moment they let go of the balancing pole, their arms outstretched, they find equilibrium. Similarly, when we release the burden of control, we find a balance that soothes our anxieties. Surrender is not about giving up. It's about allowing a higher power to step in and guide us through the maze of stress. Finding comfort in faith. Imagine faith as an anchor, securely holding a ship steady even in the fiercest of storms. Similarly, our faith serves as an anchor for our souls, providing stability amid the whirlwinds of stress. When life becomes overwhelming, turning to faith offers us a refuge, a place of solace where we can draw strength from a power greater than ourselves. In moments of stress, let us remember the words, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." These words remind us that we don't have to carry the weight of stress alone. Just as a parent soothes a restless child, so too does our faith provide comfort, reminding us that we are never alone in our struggles. Trust in divine timing. In the rush of our modern lives, we often find ourselves racing against time. Deadlines, commitments, and obligations become the tracks we run on, leaving little room for reflection. Yet, amidst the chaos, there's a divine timing at play, one that we can trust. When we let God take over, we learn to embrace the pace at which things unfold. Consider a garden in springtime, where blossoms appear at their own pace, not rushed by human hands. Similarly, when we surrender control, we allow life to unfold organically, trusting that every challenge and every moment serves a purpose in the grand tapestry of our existence. The burdens of stress become lighter when we accept that we are part of a larger design. A new perspective on challenges. In the realm of stress, challenges often appear as insurmountable mountains. But what if we shifted our perspective? What if we saw challenges as opportunities for growth, as pathways to a stronger and wiser self? When we let God take over, challenges become stepping stones on the journey toward self-discovery. Think of a sculptor who carves away at a block of marble to reveal a masterpiece. Similarly, challenges are the chisel that shapes our character, molding us into resilient individuals. As we embrace challenges with faith, we transform stress from a source of distress into a catalyst for positive transformation. Embracing stillness. In the chaos of stress, we often forget the beauty of stillness, yet it's in the moments of quiet reflection that we connect with our inner selves and with the divine presence. By allowing God to take over, we create space for stillness, a space where we can recharge, find clarity, and tap into a wellspring of peace. Imagine a forest pond, its surface smooth as glass, reflecting the surrounding trees. Similarly, the stillness within us reflects the tranquility of the divine. By incorporating moments of stillness into our lives, we invite God's presence to envelop us, soothing our worries and refreshing our spirits. Seeking support in community. Just as a network of roots supports a towering tree, our communities offer support during times of stress. When we share our struggles, we realize that we are not alone in our experiences. By allowing God to take over, we open the door to seeking support from those around us. Consider the strength of a woven basket, its individual fibers working together to create a sturdy whole. Similarly, when we lean on our communities, we weave a fabric of collective strength that uplifts us. By reaching out and sharing our burdens, we create connections that foster understanding and empathy. The healing power of surrender. In the journey of handling stress, surrender is not a defeat. It's an act of self-compassion. It's acknowledging that you don't have to bear the weight of the world on your shoulders. When you surrender your worries and anxieties to a higher power, you make space for healing to unfold. It's like handing over a heavy backpack to someone who can carry it with ease, allowing your spirit to breathe freely. Consider the image of a weary traveler finding respite in the shade of a vast tree. Similarly, surrendering to God's care provides a soothing shelter for your soul. In the embrace of surrender, you find relief from the burdens that weighed you down. It's a gesture of trust, a belief that there's a plan greater than your worries. Nurturing the connection. The relationship between you and the divine is not a one-way street. It's a constant conversation. By letting God take over, you engage in a dialogue that extends beyond words. You open your heart to guidance, and in return, you find answers in unexpected places. This connection nourishes your spirit, providing sustenance for the journey ahead. Imagine a river flowing steadily, its waters quenching the thirst of the land it passes through. Similarly, your connection with the divine quenches your soul's thirst for purpose, meaning, and guidance. By nurturing this connection, you tap into a well of wisdom that enriches every aspect of your life. The freedom in letting go. Stress often keeps us shackled to worry, fear, and the need for control. Yet in the act of letting God take over, you liberate yourself from these chains. You embrace the freedom that comes with surrender, a freedom to be present in the moment, to experience joy despite challenges, and to trust that you're held by a loving universe. Consider a bird soaring through the open sky, its wings carried by the wind. Similarly, when you release the weight of stress, you experience the exhilaration of freedom. You relinquish the need to control every outcome and find serenity in the flow of life. Letting go becomes an affirmation that you're part of a grander plan. Faith in the storms. Life's storms can be relentless, leaving you feeling battered and weary. But when you let God take over, you discover an unshakable anchor amid the tempests. Your faith becomes a lifeline that keeps you steady even when circumstances are tumultuous. It's an unwavering trust that the storm will pass, and the sun will eventually break through the clouds. Imagine a sailor navigating turbulent waters, guided by the constellations above. Similarly, your faith guides you through the darkest nights, leading you toward a brighter dawn. Even in the storms, your trust in a higher power provides you with the strength to endure, to learn, and to emerge stronger. The power of surrendered prayer. Prayer is a powerful tool that bridges the gap between you and the divine. When you offer up your worries, hopes, and fears in prayer, you're opening a channel of communication with a higher power. Surrendered prayer is an act of vulnerability. It's exposing your heart and inviting divine wisdom to flow in. Consider a river merging with the ocean, their waters becoming one. Similarly, surrendered prayer merges your intentions with the divine will. It's an alignment that brings about transformation, transforming worries into trust, transforming fears into faith. Through surrendered prayer, you invite divine grace into every corner of your life. The beauty of divine timing. In a world that values instant results, divine timing can be a challenging concept to embrace. But when you let God take over, you discover the beauty of timing that's beyond your comprehension. What seems like a delay might be a necessary pause for growth, preparation, or redirection. Imagine a sunrise unfolding gradually, painting the sky with hues of gold and pink. Similarly, divine timing unveils the chapters of your life with perfect precision. As you release the need to control every moment, you open yourself to the unfolding masterpiece of your journey. Trust that the divine plan is always at work, even when it's not immediately apparent. Finding stillness. Within chaos, In the midst of chaos, finding moments of stillness can feel like a challenge. Yet when you let God take over, you discover that stillness isn't dependent on external circumstances. It's an internal sanctuary you can retreat to, a place of quiet reflection where the noise of stress fades away. Imagine a serene pond nestled within a bustling city, untouched by the noise around it. Similarly, the stillness within you remains untouched by the chaos of the world. By cultivating inner stillness, you create a haven of peace that you can access at any time. It's a refuge that reminds you of your innate calmness, even when the world is swirling. The wisdom of letting go. Letting go is not a relinquishment of responsibility. It's an acknowledgement that there are aspects of life beyond your control. It's an act of wisdom that recognizes that some battles are best surrendered. When you let God take over, you tap into a wellspring of wisdom that guides you toward the paths that truly matter. Consider a compass pointing you in the right direction, even when the terrain is unfamiliar. Similarly, your faith serves as an internal compass, offering guidance when you navigate through the challenges of life. By letting go, you allow this wisdom to lead you toward decisions that align with your purpose. Trusting in divine guidance. When stress clouds your judgment and decisions feel overwhelming, there's comfort in knowing that you don't have to navigate alone. By letting God take over, you're enlisting a higher wisdom to guide your choices. You're placing your trust in divine guidance, a trust that the universe has your best interests at heart. Imagine a hiker following a trail marker through a dense forest, confident in the path ahead. Similarly, divine guidance is your trail marker through the forest of life. It keeps you on course, even when obstacles obscure your view. By surrendering to this guidance, you open yourself to a smoother journey. The power of faithful surrender. Faithful surrender is a testament to your trust in a higher power. It's an affirmation that you're not alone in your struggles. When you let God take over, you release the illusion of control and embrace the reality that you're supported by a loving universe. This surrender strengthens your connection to the divine and deepens your sense of purpose. Consider a flower opening its petals to the warmth of the sun, drawing sustenance from its surroundings. Similarly, when you surrender with faith, you open yourself to the nourishment of divine love. Your spirit flourishes, and you become a beacon of light for others on their journeys. The gift of inner peace. Inner peace is a treasure that often eludes us in the chaos of daily life. Yet when you let God take over, you're inviting peace to dwell within you. This peace doesn't depend on external circumstances. It's a sanctuary you carry with you. It's the stillness that remains even when the world around you is in turmoil. Imagine a serene lake reflecting the colors of the sky, undisturbed by the storms above. Similarly, your inner peace remains unruffled by the storms of stress. By letting go, you allow this peace to envelop you, becoming a shield against the anxieties that seek to infiltrate your mind. The beauty of surrendered faith. Surrendered faith is a dance between trust and humility. It's the recognition that there's a wisdom beyond your own and a plan greater than your understanding. When you let God take over, you're participating in this dance, an elegant waltz that leads you toward clarity, guidance, and a deeper connection with the divine. Consider a constellation of stars forming intricate patterns in the night sky. Similarly, your surrendered faith weaves a beautiful pattern in the fabric of your life. It connects the dots of your experiences, revealing a tapestry of purpose and meaning. By embracing this faith, you're co-creating a masterpiece with the universe. The renewal of surrender. Surrender is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process. Just as a garden requires ongoing care to flourish, your spirit requires the nourishment of faithful surrender. When you let God take over, you're renewing your commitment to release control and embrace divine guidance each day. Imagine a river flowing endlessly, carving its path through the landscape. Similarly, your journey of surrender flows with a steady rhythm, shaping your experiences and shaping you in return. By embracing the renewal of surrender, you're creating a life that's in harmony with the currents of grace. Conclusion. In conclusion, dear friends, to handle stress, let God take over is an invitation to reclaim your peace, your strength, and your joy. As you navigate the currents of stress, remember that you have a choice: to carry the weight on your own shoulders or to surrender it to a higher power. By letting God take over, you're not relinquishing your power. You're accessing a reservoir of strength that's beyond measure. As you leave this space, carry with you the knowledge that you're not alone in your journey. The universe is conspiring in your favor, guiding you through challenges and unveiling pathways you might not have seen otherwise. Embrace the art of surrender, the embrace of faith, and the comfort of divine presence. By doing so, you're embarking on a transformational journey, one that leads you to a life of greater peace, purpose, and connection. May you find solace in surrender, wisdom in the chaos, and serenity in the storm. And may you always remember that, in the dance of surrender, you're held by the loving embrace of a higher power that cherishes your well-being and walks with you every step of the way.